The secret to a long, fulfilling, amazing marriage. The secret. I've talked to, I would say, a dozen of people that have been married over 50 years, 60 years. Some that have been married 65 years. Secret. Well, I'm like, what was the secret? Stay. That's literally, all of them said the secret is they stayed. Obviously, if you get a divorce, if you break up, if you're not together, it isn't going to work. But the ones that said, you know what? We're in this for life, better or worse, richer or poorer. We're going to make this thing work. And I don't believe in staying married for the kids. I don't believe in staying married just to stay married. I believe in making marriage great because we've been given a gift by God called marriage. And we work on our marriage. Every single day, we make our marriage a little bit better. Today's a little bit better than yesterday. We're not a whole lot better, but you do that 365 days. You do that for a decade, do it for 2 decades, and we get a little bit better. That we're in church together every weekend, growing a little bit each weekend, that we spend a little bit more time communicating. We grow a little bit on our dates and make sure we have a date every week. And as you begin to do these little steps, little by little, you find yourself at 20, 30, 40 years going, that is my best friend. I really am enjoying this thing called marriage. Not because we were stuck together, but because we worked on making marriage amazing and we would not give up on the gift that God gave us. Men, you want to be treated like a king? Then be a good king. One of my favorite quotes in Man in the Iron Mask is, well, I'm king. He said, well, then be a good king. Yeah, you got a kingdom, but you also have a queen. And your responsibility and your job when I come home isn't to bark orders like a tyrant, but instead to be a good king, to come home and meet the needs of my queen. How can I help you? What can I do for you? Making her feel like she is the queen, like she's beautiful and amazing, incredible. Search her out to have a communication, to talk about the kingdom, that the two of us together are ruling this kingdom that God has given us, that we're working together to bring the best possible, that you're going forth and making sure the children are honoring their queen, are honoring mom, are respectful to mom, making sure that the kids are doing their chores and things. That's what I do. That I'm making sure that the entire home and family is all working and navigating together, that I make sure that we have family time, that my kingdom, in a sense, that me and my wife are building together is going forth in the direction for our vision that we have together, that king and queen are working together to make a home environment that is conducive to raise up kids that love God, that love their parents, and who are highly successful. Men, being king isn't about me. Being a good king is all about everyone else. Men, we have to learn to navigate in the middle of conflict with our wife. Have to learn it. What many men make the mistake of is we put gasoline on the fire. We use our words in a harsh way. We say things that cut down, that put down. We use our words to attack rather than, right? It's a fight. And we have to remember women feel things 10 times more than a man. So we have to learn to bob and weave in a sense and to kind of dodge this or that. And even if she says something maybe a little not kind, I don't return unkindness for unkindness. Instead, I turn love. I can argue my point without putting her down, making her feel less than. I can still argue my point and be encouraging. I can be the first one to say I'm sorry, be the first one that says, hey, I messed up. First one to say, you know what, I didn't handle that the way that I should have. And if you learn to do that, you can navigate your way out of fights very quickly, very fast. But as long as you want to sit in there and you want to fight back and you want to put some gasoline on that fire, you just ruin the whole night. And we have to learn to be men. You're a warrior. You're meant to handle words, to make them bounce off of you, to just shrug it off. Who cares? It's a word. It's a word. It doesn't matter. And so we have to be able to be men and warriors who are able to love our wives even in the worst of moments, so that we can get back to the best of moments by not throwing gasoline on the fire of conflict. Husbands, wives, out on your date, put your phones away. Leave in the car if you have to. If you cannot have the self-control not to get on your phone, me and my wife, we looked around on the last 3 dates and we counted all but one couple each night. They're on their phone. most of the night. They're on their phone. Well, then what's the use of the date? Just stay home. Go to separate restaurants. What does it matter? Put your phones away, because remember, the purpose of the date is for our relationship to grow, that the two of us go out and we have a time of communicating, talk about what's going on in our life, talk about what we want to do, what's coming up in the future. Just have good conversation. You could talk about politics, talk about whatever it is, but how do we get better at something? We keep doing it. And you're like, well, we're not very good at communicating. That's because you don't do it. The more you communicate, the more that you talk, the better that you'll become as a couple. And so I strongly encourage you, and this also goes for when you get home. The first thing, when I go find Holly, that's the first thing that husband and wife should do when you get home. Don't go play with the kids. Tell the kids, I love you. I'm going to go talk to your mom because I love you so much. And put your phones away. Leave them in the other room if you have to. And just share your day for 10, 15 minutes. Once again, that a relationship will never grow beyond your communication. And so we make sure that our communication is strong by not allowing this annoying thing called a phone get in the way of our amazing relationship. Parents, don't raise a hoe. And I don't know how else to say that. It is your responsibility put into your daughters, right? That this is a very valuable gift that you'll give your future husband. That being a virgin on your wedding night, there's no greater act of saying, I was thinking about you before I ever met you. I was saving something so special that I wouldn't give to anyone else. And it really needs to be on the forefront of our minds, parents, that we do. Me and my wife took Savvy out and had the talk, of course, and talked about the importance, and we talked about a purity ring, and we also set her up for success, that you don't get to be alone with a guy, especially at 12 years old, 13 years old, 15 years old, right? That we're very much a part of making sure that the opportunity is not there. That here's a reality. This is a statistic. The more of a body count that a girl has before getting married drastically increases the chance of divorce. By the time you get to 5, that the chance of divorce is over 90%. And so this is important. It's a great gift. And it's very important that we're involved in it, that we're talking about, we're discussing it. We're watching what she dresses. We're watching who she dates, who she's going out with. We're very involved in every aspect because we want to set her up for success in the marriage with the man that God has for her. And because of that, we want her to save herself for him.